we didn't know him that well until obviously doing the show, and now we're great friends, and you know we hang out. And I have helped him film a couple of his episodes for Dom's Dinner Bell, which you should totally check out.
But we were so nervous, and it just went so well. That was like amazing. Just the.
I'll clip that. We'll put it on the Instagram so you guys can watch that if you haven't already. And then this has been an incredible experience working with you.
What about yours? What's been your favorite moment?
I was gonna say Dom. I didn't think we were gonna have the same one. I think also though, our finales have always been my favorite because we get to work with other shows. Specifically the sports talk one. I had this glitter shirt for Brian Redman ready to go. We said Jacob made it, but I totally stayed up like all night, like editing a video that looked like okay. This is a big goal for me this next upcoming semester in the fall is to learn how to edit videos. It's a big goal of mine because right now they all look like garbage and they take me way too long. Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun, and we had glitter in the office for I think 2 weeks. So.
Yeah, I feel like there was a lot of glitter everywhere, and glitter never comes out.
Yeah.
Ever.
But yeah.
So much glitter.
Enough about glitter. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to hear from our crew.
Jill told me it was Kitty from Glee. Yeah, what is it?
Al Roker.
We're here for you, we're here for you. This is your channel too. With sports and news and what to do, we're here for you. It's your TV, you're watching WTOP. Your TV, thanks for watching WTOP.
What's going on?
Yeah, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30? Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa. You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow.
Wow.
Get a close up of that one.
Matthew,
Broadcast news.
look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
Hello and welcome back, everybody. For this segment, we're going to have an open floor up to the people behind the camera and other members of our crew to talk to us about their experiences behind the scenes. So in my hand right now, I have a stick mic. First up, we're going to have Dylan, our floor manager today, come speak with us. Scooch over.
Come on, Dylan.
Have a seat. Make yourself comfortable. Yeah, please do. Make yourself comfortable. So, good. Okay.
Oh, Jake, you had a perfect shot.
Do you have a question for us? If not, that's okay. We'll ask you a question.
If you could interview anyone on this show, whether in Oswego or outside of Oswego, who would it be?
Oh, that's tough. See, because this is why we're having that segment, so we don't have to choose. Faye, any thoughts?
Do you have anybody? I don't know. I'd want to hear from Oprah. I'm like, Oprah, how did you do that?
He means on the show.
Oh, what do you mean?
Okay. On the show, that's why we're doing the rotating thing. We want to choose. In human life, everybody famous and stuff, I'd say Mariska Hargitay. I love her. So, yeah. Okay, next person, Jake Dickey. Why don't you come over here?
How's it going?
Hiya.
Scooch over.
You gotta scooch over. I'm sorry. We didn't plan on this. Do you have a question for us, or would you like us to ask you a question?
I suppose you did that. I'm kind of recent. You did that food challenge. Which of the challenges that you've done has been the most disgusting?
I feel like the jelly beans.
Bean Boozled is a good answer, but I'm gonna say the Bake Off, but it wasn't even necessarily our gross experience, it was the judges.
Yeah, you
so
tortured
thank you,
them.
Kate, Ben, and Dom for that, and I apologize.
Yeah. I mean, Bean Boozled.
Yeah.
It was, oh, yeah.
Who else wants to come on up? Mel saying no, that's okay.
We're looking at you.
Somebody in the back. Zach. I'm just gonna start calling names. Zach. Okay, Kaylee.
Hey. Come.
We're so excited to have you.
Scooch over, Mel.
All right.
Oh, this is so exciting.
Woo.
Hi.
I really don't have a question for you guys. I just want to say thank you for having me, well, not on the show, but just like having me on this crew. This is my second time being on this crew, and it's such a fun time. And this was like my priority. I was like, I want to be back on this show.
Yes.
Yay.
So I'm
Love
so
that.
happy to be here, and you guys are amazing.
That's so
Thank you
awesome
so
to
much.
hear.
That means
Thank
so
you for
much to
doing
us.
this. We appreciate all our crew's work so much.
Yeah, you guys
could
help
make
us
it
out
happen.
a lot. We would not have a show without you guys.
Yeah.
The vines always get put up by everybody on the crew. Dylan
Yes.
is always untangling them. Kaylee, you helped me out with like transitions on the video because I very panicked. Was like, oh, good, you're early. Like, yeah, you came early today. Jacob, he's also very helpful. He's helped us with the script. Garrett, everybody has just been
So
awesome.
amazing.
So our next person, come on up. We want to get as many people out here as possible.
Come. Next person.
All right, Tim.
Come out. Hey.
Hey. This bad boy is yours.
Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for coming on.
Guess I'm sitting down.
Yes, you are.
Yes.
Hi.
All right, so I guess my question is, what has been your favorite game you guys have played on the show?
PR Panic.
I really liked the Crossfire.
We
I
killed
know
it.
you're sick of it. Mel
We
is sick
burned
of
it to
it.
the ground.
Mel is sick of it, but I love Crossfire.
I think we could have came up with different questions and we probably would have been fine, but we were using the same deck.
The same deck, and I think it was because we asked the same questions over and over. That might have been what killed it for you.
Yeah, it's okay. That's just repetitiveness. I like to keep it fresh and different as much as possible, which is why we also didn't play PR Panic this season, I should say. But yeah, that's my favorite.
Yeah, this wasn't a game, but I really enjoyed when you guys were like decorating the pumpkins and stuff.
Oh yeah, I totally almost sliced my hand on that.
Those pumpkins,
Yes.
like real, like true works of art.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was fun. We had a lot of fun doing that.
That
was fun and dangerous.
Yeah.
Don't try it at home, folks.
All right, next person. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, thank
Yes.
you.
Hey.
Hey.
I think it's real funny because they keep complaining how the mic isn't on.
The mic isn't on.
Nah, that's what they keep saying. So
Turn it on. Should be mic 4 or 5.
Well, anyway.
Oh, like physically not on. Oh, that's us. Okay. Well, I guess speak loud.
Speak loud, catch it on our mics, I guess.
I really don't have a question for y'all. It's just like I'm really happy for the opportunity I got, because that's my first time being on an original production or anything with WTOP. So I am really happy for that. And it was like everything is so accepting. Like the crew back there is amazing, So I think it's pretty cool.
And we really, really appreciate you and the rest of our crew. You've really helped, and just being able to send you anything, Paris, it's amazing.
Yeah. Yay, I'm so happy. So we're your first show then?
Yeah, for sure.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a good start. It's a good start.
It's kind of sad after coming to an end. It's like I just got not just got comfortable, but you know, getting comfortable, and it's like it's coming to an end, so it's kind of sad. But
I know.
I am happy for you, all the opportunities you guys.
Thank you.
Okay. It's bittersweet.
Yeah,
a good way to put it.
definitely.
If you want
And we're really glad to have you.
So he can turn it on because I don't know how to do it.
Technical difficulties.
Yes, we're no stranger to that. All right, if we can get a next guest up who speaks loud.
From behind the camera, we want you to come back here.
Yeah, Garrett!
Yeah, Garrett! Garrett! Yes!
What's up?
So you were gonna be our last. So I'm assuming we're missing.
Nusi and Jacob are the last couple.
Okay.
If they still want to come out there, they can.
Awesome.
All right.
All right. For me, like, I've been on the show since your first season, so seeing you guys grow and seeing how the show has progressed, It's been eye-opening. I think you guys have become a lot more confident on the camera. I think you guys have found your niche. And I just say, like, the improvement from the first episode to now has been nothing short of remarkable and amazing. So, I mean, I don't have a question per se, but I just think seeing you guys, seeing the friendship develop, seeing the show progress and evolve as the seasons have gone on, I think it's incredible. I'm just happy I was there throughout all 4 seasons.
Yeah, we're really grateful for that as well. I want to say, as I was going through, like, looking for clips, so you guys mentioned having a wow count. We've brought it up before. I did not get a final wow count because I did not watch all 660 minutes of our show. But another thing that
can be a challenge for our audience.
Another thing
Can
that
you
we
get our
say
wow count?
is that's so exciting. I always say we're so excited. Excited, I think, is like word number 2 on that count. So.
I think major is even more than wow at this point.
Yeah, it was more gimmicky than anything.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, like I said, like, you guys had a lot of those filler words with the wow, that's awesome, all that stuff. But I mean, like I said, when you guys have grown, that's what I'm talking about. Like, you guys don't really say it as much. Like, it's good to get there a couple of times, but I think you guys have become a lot more confident. You guys know how to have an interview change and evolve over the course of the show. I'm just very proud of you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And we really appreciate everything you've done for our show. You've been here.
Yeah, it's an honor. It's an honor.
It's an honor to have you.
Yeah.
Chan the man, everybody.
Thank you.
All right. Are we having anybody else from the back? Are we having anybody else from the back? Oh my goodness, Nusi. I see Nusi got up.
Yes.
We can see them behind the camera. Nusi!
Yay!
Hi.
Hello.
All right.
I'm the audio person, and this mic is still not on.
Seriously?
I'll just use it for show.
It's a prop.
Yeah.
Can you hear it on my mic? I should have maybe.
Hi.
There. Okay.
So I don't have a question, but I was talking to Garrett before the show, and I was just talking about how that first time back from COVID in the fall of 2021, I remember seeing you, Faye. I remember you went up to Chris Brewster, who was the original productions guy at the time, and you were asking all these questions, and you were mad excited. And it's cool that I was able to see, like, that moment from then on, the growth of this show. And I just want to say that I'm proud of the both of you guys, and you guys are going to do great things.
Thank you. I remember we watched your show, and you were kind of one of the people that inspired us to go try to do out of studio content. Yeah. We kind of did that more our second season.
Yeah.
With
Kanaya in the lab.
Yes.
We did with Ben and the piano stuff.
The judo thing ended up being a special segment, but that was so much fun. I got to flip a bunch of people. I almost fell. It was great.
No, I do. I remember that with the OX5, like our thing was out of studio segments, and no one was really doing it. And I saw you guys were the first show that like started doing it when we were doing it, like afterwards, and I was just like, oh, this is great, friendly competition, I'm loving it, and like the stuff you guys have done and the people you've interviewed, it's honestly like just so amazing, and like I said, I'm proud of the both of you. Sad it's coming to an end, but bigger and better things await you guys.
Thank you. All right. We really appreciate like how much of an inspiration and help you are to our show.
No, yeah, of course. Thank you guys for having me. And we'll give it up for the last person.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Rather than a game, I'd rather have a last person.
Here's the prop mic.
So come on out.
Come on out. Hello.
Rather than a game.
Yeah.
All right.
Who needs a game if we can have our whole crew here?
The mic is on. It's just I don't know what Lucy's doing right there. But
oh.
No, I'm only kidding. Yeah, kind of just to echo the sentiments of Garrett and Nusi there. I mean, you guys, I haven't been a part of the show as long as maybe Garrett has, but just to kind of be a part of what you guys have done here and to watch the show, because I don't really do much outside of clicking a few buttons back there. So I just listen to you guys and listen to the way you guys have progressed, not just as like hosts, but more so as like people and being relatable and having that type of thing like nailed down. You guys have really improved tenfold to the point where you guys are just on such another level. So you guys should really be proud of yourselves for your improvement, not just as hosts, but as people over the last 2 years. So it's going to be sad to see you guys go, but you guys should be very proud of the work you guys did. So
Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And I'm going to let you talk for the next minute. So
okay, awesome. Yeah, this fake mic. I want to reiterate with what little time we have left how grateful I am to have been brought on the show and to have worked with you, and that I'm really proud of you, of all of our growth, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
everything.
Thank you.
A muffled hug, sorry.
Yeah, and I'm so grateful for having brought you on, and we're going to need to toss it, so.
Yes.
That was Major Discussions, folks. We hope you had as much fun as we did. It's so bittersweet.
You can follow us on our Instagram pages, Melinda_Brancato and Fega_KH to keep up with us personally.
Stay tuned for all the other major things we'll continue to do, and have a good night, folks. Bye. Bye.
Tonight on Entertainment News, a former Marvel actor set to be sentenced tomorrow.
And a popular face-painted 80s band sells their catalog.
And popular streaming services are starting to crack down on password sharing.
Entertainment News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Entertainment News. I'm Hannah Katz.
And I'm Riley Jones.
The 80s rock band known as KISS has announced they sold their catalog brand and IP. Following an offer from the Swedish entertainment company Pop House Entertainment Group, the band name was sold for over $300 million. However, this is not the first time the band has worked with the entertainment group.
KISS performed their farewell tour in December, revealing their own personalized digital avatars at the end of their final show. Avatars that were created by George Lucas's special effects company, Industrial Light and Magic, in partnership with Pop House. Under their new management, the KISS avatars are scheduled to go on tour in late 2027. The well-known actor Jonathan Majors is set to face sentencing tomorrow. Majors has starred in several Marvel films, as well as Creed 3, directed by Michael B. Jordan, but has been under fire after being found guilty of assaulting his former girlfriend, Grace Jabari, in 2023. He has been convicted of 1 count of misdemeanor third-degree assault and 1 count of second-degree harassment. Following his conviction, he is facing up to a year in jail.
Starting this summer, Disney streaming services will begin implementing some changes for customers. Disney CEO Bob Iger announced that this June, Disney will begin enforcing password sharing regulations to prevent sharing out of the paying customer's main household. Those found sharing password could potentially risk having their accounts suspended. This will apply to Disney+, Hulu, and ESPN users in the select countries. After the initial enforcement of these rules, Disney will then add a new setting which allows outside users for an additional fee.
Julia Garner has reportedly been cast as a version of the Silver Surfer in next year's Fantastic Four reboot film. Garner won 3 Emmys for her roles as the foul-mouthed Ruth Langmore in the series Ozark. In Fantastic Four, she'll play Shala Ball. Previous Fantastic Four films came out in 2007, 2005, and 2015. For this one, she joins Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic, Vanessa Kirby as the Invisible Woman, Joseph Quinn as the Human Torch, and Eben Moss-Backrack as the Thing. Production is set to start this summer with the release date of July 25th next year.
If you're a fan of The Matrix, you are in luck following the announcement of a 5th movie. Drew Goddard, most well known for his work on films such as The Martian, will be taking charge on the series created over 25 years ago. As of right now, the film does not have a name or premiere date. It is also yet to be announced if the franchise stars like Keanu Reeves, Carrie-Anne Moss, and Lawrence Fishburne will be returning to play their respective characters.
Today in entertainment news, Taylor Swift joins an exclusive club, Jake Gyllenhaal makes a deal, and a Hollywood classic returns to theaters. Here's David Daniel with the Hollywood Minute.
Taylor Swift has joined the Forbes World's Billionaires list, one of 14 celebrities in the magazine's latest tally. Forbes says her achievement is particularly noteworthy. She's the first musician to become a billionaire, 1.1 billion actually, solely from music and performance earnings. George Lucas leads the celeb list with a net worth of $5.5 billion. Fellow director Steven Spielberg is second at $4.8 billion.
I just slapped you. Are you all right? What?
Jake Gyllenhaal is set to do more business with his Roadhouse studio. His production company, 9 Stories, has signed a 3-year first-look film deal with Amazon MGM Studios, which also released Guy Ritchie's The Covenant, starring Gyllenhaal last year.
Who's there? That's Red Butler. Sir, you are no gentleman.
And you, miss, are no lady.
Gone with the Wind is back in theaters for its 85th anniversary. The Oscar-winning 4-hour epic starring Vivien Leigh and Clark Gable returns to the big screen for 3 nights only, Sunday, April 7th, Monday, April 8th, and Wednesday, April 10th. Check fathomevents.com for locations and showtimes. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
You can catch Gone with the Wind in select theaters for 3 nights only.
SUNY Oswego professor and chair of music Paul Leary just released his own EP of electronic music titled Artificially Intelligent. This album has been a 3-year journey sparked by Leary's interest in AI and virtual reality. Leary was pushed to release the album because he said, if I'm going to tell students to do this, I should be doing it too. His album is now available on Spotify.
The Oswego Music Hall is opening their doors to the Big Sky Quartet. Big Sky Quartet is an award-winning band known for their musical harmonies. The popular folk band, based in Pennsylvania, will perform April 13th, with SUNY Oswego's very own a cappella group, Octavia, set to open. Tickets are on sale now and doors will open at 7 p.m.
The Phoenix Central School District was just named one of the best communities for music education. This is the 14th consecutive year that the district has earned this national recognition from the National Association of Music Merchants Foundation. The superintendent of the district expressed his gratitude, highlighting this award is a testament to the music educators and students in the community.
Now let's take a quick look at our weather.
With Storm Team 10 meteorologist Evan Bedron.
Thanks, guys. So right now we're looking at pretty cool conditions, sitting at about 40 degrees, clear skies, but skies aren't unfortunately going to stay clear as we go into Monday for Eclipse Day. Humidity right now is 69%, so we're not too bad humidity-wise. That's going to keep on going up overnight as we are going to see more of an increase in clouds, and notice that wind's light, so that feels like temperature is not going to be much different from the actual temperature outside. It's going to go down maybe into the lower 30s overnight tonight, but as we go through tomorrow, we're going to start warming up even into the upper 50s, maybe quite reaching low 60s. But I'll have more of my full forecast coming up after the break, but first, back to you guys at the desk.
Coming up later tonight, discover how the iconic interview sparked the creation of an upcoming Netflix drama.
And find out how musical artist Sean Paul plans to make a comeback.
Would you like to try snacks from faraway lands? Or snacks with bizarre flavors? How about snacks in new ways? Or snacks you've never tried before? You don't have to go far to find these snacks. They can all be found here at Snacks on West 1st Street.
Yeah, we're walking around campus, and what do we see?
All these clubs are looking.
They're looking for me.
There's hockey.
There's improv.
So much to see. So let's go try them out and see how they be. Come on and please watch.
Our embarrassments free. Tune in to Amateurs on WTOP.
Happy Friday, Lakers, and another beautiful day here in Oswego, New York. I'm DJ Don Perone, and I'm happy that you're starting your weekend off right listening to WNYO 88.9 FM, the Laker Radio Network.
I said, darling, can you see? There's no room for us. There's no room. Now our lives are changing. Promises keep slipping. And I always knew it wasn't you. It wasn't you. Now our lives are changing. Promises keep slipping. And I always knew
Welcome back to WTOP. I'm SUNY 10 Chief Meteorologist Evan Beatron. Looking at temperatures across the state right now, Oswego again sitting in the 40 degrees, so we're not too chilly outside right now. Further south you go towards Syracuse, though, you may see temperatures nearing 50 degrees. Out west near Buffalo, again, temperatures near 50 degrees. And southern hills south of Syracuse, New York, going towards New York City, temperatures already in the upper 30s. And statewide, temperatures are going to keep on going into the lower 30s overnight tonight. And looking for Oswego, 34 is going to be our overnight low, mainly clear. We're going to start having some cloud cover start returning to our area, maybe late tonight, early tomorrow morning. Winds just increasing just a little bit out of the north. And so tomorrow, there's not going to be snow, but there's going to be a different kind of white outside. I'll get into it in a little bit. Start at 9 a.m. Thin clouds start your morning at 40 degrees. Increasing clouds around noontime as you get closer and closer to eclipse. And this is the big time for tomorrow, eclipse time. And you notice mixed clouds. Temperatures in the 50s, though, but those mixed clouds might obscure some eclipse viewers across the state. And ending out your day, 6 p.m., cloudy skies as more clouds start return to our area. Temperatures still in the mid-50s. Chance of showers, though, at 9 p.m. as you go into the nighttime hours past sunset. So path of totality hasn't changed. That's still the same. So what's exactly different about the forecast for tomorrow? Well, notice more clouds. So here in Oswego, we may see some cloud cover obscuring the eclipse. High clouds, that's going to be a definite for us here in Oswego, but temperatures going to be upper 50s. And notice all that's going to come from this low pressure system. Cloudy skies out west towards western New York, warm air to our south. And so what's the cloud cover looking like for tomorrow? Western New York, cloudy. You may not be able to see the eclipse that much. Here in central New York, Oswego going down to Syracuse, maybe 50 to 60% of the skies may be covered in clouds. If you're looking for the best eclipse viewing spot, that's going to be more in the North Country near Watertown, and then further east towards Vermont and the Adirondacks. That's going to be the best spot to find those clouds. So because their chances are going to go up as you go into Friday. Warmer air returning to our area in the next 6 to 10 days. So we're going to start seeing the return to warmer temperatures. So Tuesday, 62 spring-like temperatures return to our area. Wednesday, rain showers back in our area. Temperatures cooling down just a little bit into the upper 50s. Thursday, you may see a slight rumble of thunder at your door tomorrow or on Thursday. Temperatures increasing to the 60s. Friday, more rain instead of thunderstorms. Temperatures sitting in that mid-50 mark. Saturday, chance of showers starting your weekend. And as you go towards the rest of your weekend, temperatures still sitting in the mid-50s. Chance of showers on Sunday. That's all for my forecast. Now back to you guys at the desk.
Back in 2019, BBC interviewed Prince Andrew with some questions regarding his ties to Epstein. The interview became infamous, and it is now the biggest inspiration for a new Netflix drama titled Scoop. The film will push the behind-the-scenes production crew of the iconic interview, such as the producers and those who were actually able to book the interview, into the foreground. The release date has not been made public.
2 decades ago, Sean Paul's famous dancehall album, Get Busy, made the Billboard Hot 100. Nowadays, he's a devoted husband and father, but his passion for making music has yet to waver. Starting May 2nd at the House of Blues in Orlando, Florida, Paul will be sharing his musical dedication with a 22-date U.S. tour titled Greatest Tour. Fans will be able to get a taste of everything he has to offer as he feels that people are ready for him once again.
Korean star Song Hye-kyo from Netflix drama The Glory is in talks to appear in a new untitled series. The series would reunite her with writer No Hee-kyung, whom she collaborated with over a decade ago in the series such as That Winter. The untitled drama is reported to be a piece that will focus on the birth of Korea's broadcasting industry. Sung is also set to appear in an occult horror film titled Dark Nuns, which is currently in production.
The Indian film industry is mourning the loss of an iconic Bollywood cinematographer, filmmaker, and producer, Gangu Ramsey. He passed away over the weekend from a prolonged illness that has yet to be publicized. He was the eldest of the Ramsey brothers at 83 years old, but he was a Bollywood legend who has captivated audiences over the years. Gangu's many works included the unforgettable Koj, and it's safe to say that Gangu has left behind a legacy that's inspired generations.
Coming up, we have a special interview with a new campus influencer.
Find out what music Oswego students are listening to after the break.
With sports and news and what to do, we're here for you. It's your TV, you're watching WTOP. Your TV, thanks for watching WTOP.
Welcome back to Entertainment News. Have you ever wondered what people around you are listening to?
Well, Sage at SUNY Oswego, a SUNY Oswego student, is interested too.
Sage is the creator of the What Does SUNY Oswego Listen To page on Instagram.
Please welcome Sage Rufino Moshier.
Hi. Happy to be here, guys.
It's so nice to have you on.
So what made you want to start the page?
So my inspiration, funny enough, goes back to Yik Yak. Someone posted, oh, I wish someone would go around campus and ask people what they were listening to. And I was like, oh, yeah, someone should. And then I was like, wait, why don't I? And so that kind of inspired me, just that.
That's really interesting. Taking inspiration from somewhere like Yik Yak, did you have any doubts going into it?
I did, actually. I thought that I was only going to get like 50 followers, maybe at most. But then I saw that the account was growing a lot more overnight, and then I realized, well, like, it was really picking up speed with that.
Mm-hmm. So what has been the most surprising thing about starting the page?
Honestly, just the amount of support that I've gotten. A lot of people have been really interested in seeing what other students are listening to, and I actually got a DM the other day from a girl from London, so that was really surprising. She told me that her and her boyfriend listen every night.
That's really interesting. Mm-hmm. What ways do you think that your account is helping the Oswego community?
I just think it's bringing people together with music. For me personally, I know sometimes I get a little bored of the music I'm listening to, but with this account, me and other people can be exposed to new music, and I just think that that's the best part about it.
Agreed. And did you think that this account was going to grow at such a high rate?
I mean, I figured it would get some views, but I didn't think it was going to be as much as it is now. Right now, I'm at almost 400 followers, I think now, which is pretty quick, I'd say.
So talking to as many different people as you have, I'm sure you're exposed to a wide range of songs. Are there any that are really, really interested to you?
Like ones I've known before, or just new ones I've got interested in?
Any new ones that anybody's put you onto?
There was one song by Tame Impala, I think it was called Patience, that was really good. I also really liked the one by ABBA, I can't remember the name. Winner Takes It All by ABBA. Mm-hmm. That was a really good song that I liked too.
And what do you hope for the future of this account?
Honestly, just to have the account grow and to just keep introducing people to new music.
It's such a great way to just find out about new music tastes. Mm-hmm. I'm sure you're learning from it too.
Yeah, and I love meeting everybody that I come into contact with too.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for coming in today. We appreciate you coming on. To keep up to date with the page, follow at What Does SUNY Oswego Listen To on Instagram.
Coming up in our tea report, Ziggy James.
Ziggy, what's the tea?
Hello guys, what's up? Coming up on the tea report, Jennifer Lopez is rebranding her upcoming tour due to an unforeseen circumstance, and Miley Cyrus is to become the youngest ever Disney legend. Coming up after the break. La 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 la. Breathe. La 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 la. La 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 la. Freeze.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
And it could be your last chance to see one occur for 2 decades, as the next time one will be visible over the continental U.S.
He's May 84. Yarrow told police in the hospital that he had pressed the doorbell and waited.
They mix with oxygen and nitrogen. They become briefly
Welcome back to Entertainment News. I'm ZD James, and I got the tea for you. American rapper Sean Diddy Combs faces serious sexual allegations following his involvement in his son's King Combs civil lawsuit. 2 of Diddy's homes in Los Angeles and Miami got raided amid allegations. Multiple victims have come out to speak against Diddy on their experiences with the rapper. Diddy has denied all of these allegations. Let's get into it. So have you guys heard about everything that's going on with the allegations and Diddy? I know it's been like everywhere on the news.
Yeah, I have heard about it. I sort of heard about it like as it just got started, and then his homes got raided, and it was, yeah, I just watched it kind of all evolve.
Yeah, I feel like it's been all over the news right now.
And how do you feel about everything coming to light? You know, everything that's coming to light about the music industry, especially with people like Young Miami getting called into, and I believe Meek Mill has been facing some criticism ever since everything is happening. So how do you guys feel about that in the music industry as a whole?
I mean, sadly, it's not the first time that things like this have come to light, but it's sad that this is happening in the music industry.
Yeah. Okay. If you are a fan of Jennifer Lopez, well, I have a little bit of news. Jennifer Lopez, American singer, actress, and dancer, releases her new album and movie after 6 years, named This Is Me Now, and announces a tour. Due to poor album and movie performance and poor ticket sales, J-Lo had to cancel 7 shows and rebranded her tour to This Is Me Now Live, The Greatest Hits, in hope to increase sales. So, are you guys a fan of J-Lo's music?
Not specifically, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she has some good songs, but not like a J-Lo fan per se.
So did you guys hear about the allegations that she did not sing most of her debut album?
No, that was completely new to me.
Well,
I had not heard any of that.
There's this lady that's on TikTok who is alleging that she sang most of the vocals and the chorus on her hit song. I can't remember the name, but I believe it has Judicus in it, or Jadicus. Oh, Juvenile. It was one of her songs. And she's stating that she sang most of it, and she didn't really receive any money from it. She kind of just sang, and she got the bare minimum. So, and that kind of goes on to the allegations that J-Lo doesn't really sing. She's more of a performer. A lot of people are saying she's just famous for being famous. So that kind of adds on to it. And will you guys be seeing her on tour?
No, probably not.
Yeah, I won't either. So, if you are a Disney fan, good news. Singer, songwriter, and actress Miley Cyrus will be honored as a Disney legend. Miley will be honored during a ceremony on August 11th during the Ultimate Disney Fan Event weekend, making her the youngest person to receive the honor. Other honorees include Harrison Ford, Angela Bassett, Jamie Lee Curtis, and Kelly Ripa. The event will be hosted by Ryan Seacrest. So, were you guys a fan of Hannah Montana?
I was a big fan, and I feel like that was a major part of my childhood, so I like that she's being honored for the show and
Definitely.
Disney.
A lot of people are coming out and stating that she doesn't deserve the honor. Not stating that she doesn't deserve the honor, but they feel like people like Raven Simone deserve it first than having her be the first person of that generation to get it. How do you guys feel about that?
I think Miley Cyrus is a great choice. Like, I think Hannah Montana was sort of just like the poster child of Disney for such a long time. I think it makes perfect sense.
Yeah. So do you think that Raven Simone is more deserving of that honor, or do you think she should get it, but it should be whenever Disney's ready to give it to her?
I mean, I feel like Raven had her That's So Raven, but I feel like Hannah Montana was really, like you said, a poster child for Disney. So I do think maybe they're both as deserving, but Miley definitely deserves it.
Definitely. Well, if you are a Chance the Rapper fan, I'm sorry to announce, but Chance the Rapper and his wife, Kirsten Corley, are calling it quits. The couple married in 2019 and are also the parents of 2 children, a 7- and 4-year-old. In their statement, the two said, quote, "God has blessed us with 2 beautiful daughters, and we will continue to raise them together." Chance originally met Kirsten when he was 9 years old and when she was performing a Destiny's Child song at his mother's office party. Let's get into it. So have you guys heard of Chance the Rapper before all of this?
I definitely have. I'm a fan of Childish Gambino, so they work well together. Yeah,
definitely. So sources are stating that due to a video that came into the public of Chance dancing inappropriately with a female, that's why this divorce is happening, due to that video. How do you guys feel about that? Do you guys think that's a reason for a divorce, or do you think it's up to the wife to make that decision on what, her marriage should end to?
I mean, I feel like there's probably more to the story than
it's
just
definitely
that, but
complicated.
Yeah, it makes things very complicated, especially the whole world seeing it.
Yeah.
So.
Definitely does have to affect his relationship a little bit. Definitely. So that has been all for the T Report. We have more for you coming up on Entertainment News.
What's going on?
Yeah, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Matt, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30? Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa.
You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow.
Wow.
Get a close up of that one.
Broadcast news.
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
Free. La 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 la. La 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 la. Free.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
Star of the Week is the legendary Tina Turner.
The beloved rock star who passed away last year was the first black artist to make the Rolling Stones cover, as well as the first woman artist.
Turner previously held a Guinness World Record for the largest paying audience for a solo performer.
Turner is also a 12-time Grammy winner and holds the record for most awards given for the best female rock vocal performance. Turner passed away at the age of 83.
that is gonna do it for our report tonight.
Thank you for watching. Have a great night, everybody.
Make sure to watch Dom's Dinner Bell right after this.
Hi folks, I know it's been a while since I've last been in front of the camera. It's been a while since I've been in the kitchen too. But I'll tell you what, sometimes the life of a college student gets a little busy. Sometimes things happen and not able to do the things you're really passionate about. I didn't feel like I was going to be putting out a very good product last semester, so I decided not to do it all together, just to make sure that you, the viewers, have something really good to watch. And I think I finally hit my groove again. When a college student gets busy, sometimes you need low-maintenance meals. That's why we've got a crock pot here and a pan full of what you can already assume is pasta sauce. It's comfort foods today, folks. Stuff that doesn't take too long to do and stuff that lets you just walk away from it for all intents and purposes. Go wash up, get ready to eat, because we're back on Dom's Dinner Bell. So before we get into the pasta sauce and those ingredients, I managed to get out a chili in time. That's what's in this crock pot here. This morning I prepped everything and put it in the crock pot because this takes 8 hours to cook on low, and we don't have 8 hours. So I'm going to throw it over to the pre-recorded segment, and I'll have Past Me explain everything. This is Past Me. Getting ready to go. Big thumbs up. Going to start on the chili. First, before the chili, of course, making ourselves a little bit of espresso. It's a good way to start the morning. But then, what we have here is venison. And venison is deer meat. This one my grandfather got, gave me some of the ground stuff. It's delicious, and it will go very, very nicely in our chili. So what we do is we put it in the pan. Then you bust it up as best you can in the pan. Make it nice and just like ground beef, just cook it up. See that our coffee is brewing in the mocha pot. Getting ready to go. That's a fine cup of coffee right there, I'll tell you what. And just keep stirring that venison. We're not gonna season it. We're not gonna do anything like that. It's just just like any other ground meat. So with a chili, you just want to cook it until it's completely done. You can have a few pink spots here and there, but nothing too crazy. And then, of course, while that venison is finishing up, we're going to pour ourselves an espresso in our FDNY espresso cup, courtesy of the city of New York. Getting ready to go with a nice cup of joe. Take a sip. It's a good way to start the morning. With the venison all cooked, what we're going to do is we're going to plop it right into that pan. I did strain it off screen, so just make sure you get that excess fat out of there. Venison doesn't release much excess fat, so it's not as crazy as like 1.5 pounds of ground beef. And you can see me throw my hands up in exasperation. I didn't have any slow cooker liners. Those are game changers. If you can get slow cooker liners, absolutely get them. But after the beef is in there, we have our lineup of canned things. We have tomato sauce, tomato soup concentrate, diced Rotel tomatoes with green chilies, black beans, and kidney beans. You can also optionally throw in something like corn. Corn is a favorite of mine to throw into my chili, but I didn't have any this time around. And you just dump all of those into the crock pot. No stirring, no seasoning, nothing crazy altogether. You just dump everything into the pot. After we dump everything into the pot, we have our seasoning. 6 teaspoons of chili powder. You've got 1 teaspoon crushed red pepper, basil, minced onion, and minced garlic. And all of that is going to go into the pot as well. You just dump it right on top of everything. Once you've got the spices and the canned goods in there, you're going to take your Tabasco sauce and you're just going to load it up. This is why I call it afterburner chili. You're going to put a whole bunch of Tabasco in there. I usually call it about 12 shakes is your best bet. That gives it a nice, vinegary, peppery flavor to it. And then the ultimate secret ingredient that I have for my afterburner chili is ghost pepper hot sauce. Now, this stuff is very hot, and obviously you can omit it entirely from the recipe if you so choose. But if you are going to use it and you want it to be bearable for all parties, you put 1 to 2 drops. That's it. You don't want anything more than 1 to 2 drops. Otherwise, it will be a little unbearable as you get further down the bowl. But once you have the hot sauces in there, as well as the canned goods and the spices, add a little bit of salt and pepper. Stir it up with your wooden spoon or plastic, your choice. Really get everything homogeneous. And then all you have to do from there is turn your crock pot to low, and you put the cover on it, and you walk away. Chili's very simple. And then in 8 hours, or 6 hours, if you have one of those 6-hour settings on your crock pot, you will have a delicious, slow-cooked chili that you can enjoy on a cold winter's evening or a nice fall day in front of a football game. You can put it on hot dogs. You can put it over fries with some cheese. It's very versatile, very tasty, and the heat, that's the best part. Thanks, Dom. So, the ingredients for a red sauce are very simple, very straightforward, and very easy to get. They're also usually very cheap. Onions, you get a bunch of them for about $3 at the store. Especially white onions. Cooking with red onions gives it a different taste. You're going to need tomato paste. You're going to need diced tomatoes. And you will need a big can of crushed tomatoes. Now, you can get a big can of whole tomatoes as well and crush them in the pan or blend them to your desired consistency if you want. But this is how I do it. Still gives it chunks of tomato. Still kind of a smooth sauce. I like it more chunky. This is a good medium. You're going to need your Parmesan cheese. Don't get that stuff that's got the wood pulp in it. It's gross. This is real home-style Parmesan shredded cheese. A bit more expensive. It was a gift. You're going to need red cooking wine. Red cooking wine's definitely the way to go with this. You could use chicken broth, or you could use veggie broth, or maybe vinegar, but I prefer to use red cooking wine. It gives the sauce a little bit more complexity. The carrot, I'm sure everybody is wondering, what in God's name do we need this for? I'll get there. You got to trust the process on this one. And the protein that's going into this sauce, I'm using spicy Italian sausage. Now, I'm choosing spicy Italian sausage because I like spicy Italian sausage. You can do sweet, you can do meatballs, you can do steak, veal, whatever you want. With a Sunday gravy, it's the easiest thing ever. It's up to you. At the cabin, we like to use venison and just put it right in there. That's what's in the chili, but it's up to you. And of course, you need pasta for a red sauce. Today I've chosen all these brand rigatoni. You can do spaghetti, angel hair, up to you. Pasta's pasta. So, with all of our ingredients set up, one more thing before we get into prep work is if you're going to do a Sunday sauce, make sure you have stainless steel pans. If you do a red sauce in something other than stainless steel, it's going to wind up tasting metallic and kind of gross, and you don't want that. That's fine if you're heating up a regular sauce, but if you are simmering and cooking a red sauce, gotta use stainless steel. So, with that, let's get cooking. So, prep work is the biggest thing with this sauce because a lot of your time spent will be waiting around. So it's best to get the important work done as soon as possible. So what you want to do, the one that's probably the most obvious, is open up your cans. If you try and cook them with the cans still on them, it's not going to taste very good. And I think it might be a bit crunchy. So, take your can opener, open up the cans. World's easiest thing. We're probably going to cut this segment anyway. Okay, there's the diced tomatoes and your tomato paste. You probably, most likely, will not use your entire can of tomato paste. Unless you're making a huge batch. Usually you really only need about a spoonful. This way you can just pop open there, tomato paste. So you've got your tomatoes open, great. Your garlic's already minced, fantastic. If you have fresh garlic, mince it. So what we do with an onion though, and this is where we get back to knife tips, make sure that you have a sharpened knife, nice and sharp. Dull knives are dangerous. I've preached this a million times on the show. Just do it. Alright. So, you take the head off of the onion and you throw it on the ground. Just don't slip. They're just as bad as banana peel. Go down the side so you can take off that first layer of onion because it's got a funny film around it and you don't want it. Tear it apart, tear it apart. Wish there was an easier way to peel an onion. Like you can an apple. But I wouldn't eat an onion like an apple. I don't think that tastes very good, don't you? Think it would? Whoa. Alright, so then what you can do, take your scraps, ditch them. Don't need them. You don't want any of the paper in your sauce either. Onion paper in your sauce, kind of gross. So then what we do is we take our onion, cut it right in half, and then we get to do that fun little chop thing. Go right down the middle. This is the fastest, easiest way to dice your onion. Come on, get closer. I don't bite. So you got all your lines this way, and then you just cut that way, and you get nice little uniform onion pieces. Problem solved. And then you can keep that just off to the side. That's still good use of onion. And we do the same thing on this end. Slice down the side there. Careful, I've gotten my finger before doing that. Totally wasn't just a week ago or anything. Slice down that way. And that's the other thing. If you want to rough chop your onion for your sauce, you can, but it'll be just closer to a cacciatore at that point rather than a Sunday gravy. There we go. That's that nice diced onion, because that's going to be kind of the base of the sauce, but not as in like it's onion based, as in it's the first thing that goes in the pan other than the sausage, because we've got the garlic, the onion, the tomatoes. Great. So now what, you might ask? Do we just cook the sausage in a different pan, or do we just throw it into the sauce raw? No! You never do that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to cook our sausage. Stay tuned. Right after this break, it's sauce time on Don's Dinner Bell.
Would you like to try snacks from faraway lands? Or snacks with bizarre flavors? How about snacks in new ways? Or snacks you've never tried before? You don't have to go far to find these snacks. They can all be found here at Snacks on West 1st Street.
Yeah, we're walking around campus, and what do we see?
All these clubs are looking.
They looking for me.
There's hockey,
There's improv,
so much to see. So let's go try them out and see how they be. Come on and please watch.
Our embarrassment's free. Tune in to Amateurs on WTOP.
Happy Friday, Lakers, and another beautiful day here in Oswego, New York. I'm DJ Don Perone, and I'm happy that you're starting your weekend off right listening to WNYO 88.9 FM, the Laker Radio Network.
I said, darling, can you see? There's no room for us. There's no room. Now our lives are tainted. Promises keep slipping. And I always knew it wasn't you. It wasn't you. Now our lives are tainted. Promises keep slipping. And I always knew it wasn't you. It wasn't you.
So, it's time to cook your sausage. This is the point in time where you would cook any meat that you have in your Sunday gravy. Simply because what we want is those brown bits at the bottom of the pan that happens after you cook meat. It's called fond. It's the bomb. There's lots of flavor in there, good flavor too. So what you want to do, start off by putting a little bit of olive oil in the pan. That way nothing sticks. Move it around a bit. If you don't cover every inch, then you might want to add a little more, like I just did. So you just add a little more olive oil. Now sausage is not going to render as much fat out of it as you would maybe a meatball. So you want to oil it up a little bit just so that it doesn't really stick to the pan as bad. And you might want to do bulk sausage, you know, not linked up like this. You can, but why? I like to have the full sausage. You can dice it up, have big chunks of it in your sauce. It's the bomb. So what you want to do, as always, with a nice hot pan, with oil in it, lay away from you. It doesn't have quite the sizzle I was hoping for. There it goes. Lay away from you, lay away from you. That way you don't get oil splattered up on you. And what we want to do is, since that this sausage is going to also be thrown back in the sauce, we're going to cook the outsides of it the best first. So it's nice and brown and crispy, and we get that good stuff on the bottom of the pan. Keep the oil moving around so none of them stick or rip apart. As we see now, it's cooked, but it doesn't have the good brown bits. I picked that one up on purpose, trust me. That's what I thought. But you've got, you know, you see, this is what I'm talking about. The caramelization right there on the ends. It leaves a little bit of a spot in the pan. That's what you want. That good stuff on the bottom really just blows away the flavor of the sauce. It's my favorite way to do it. And if you don't want to add meat to your sauce, you just skip this step. You can skip this part of the episode. I prefer you didn't, because that's hurt my feelings. So be kind, please. Oh yeah. That's the good stuff right there. Get the sausage turned right around. That one could have gone just a hair short. No, stop. It's running away. There we go. Because like I said, we're going to throw them back in the sauce. So they don't need to be done all the way through for when you cook them like this. You just want the outsides and the ends done so that you don't kill anybody with trichinosis. That's usually a bad thing. Where's the pink side? There it is. Sometimes you lose it. Sometimes you can get it back. It's getting hot. Jeez Louise. You can definitely tone back your heat if you need to. Last thing you want to do, like I said, is set your kitchen on fire. We've already had the fire bell go off once on this show. We don't need to do it again. See how that ends? Still kind of raw. Pick it up, turn it over. Make it not raw. And it gets repetitive after a while. What can you do? It's cooking. A lot of it's repetition. Oh well, suck it up. Enjoy the show. Now, once your sausages are mostly done, you want to take a plate, put a paper towel on it, and get that excess grease off. There's already enough oil and stuff on the plate, or in the pan, that you really don't want this to be a greasy, oily sauce. That's not so good. So, you take your sausage, onto the plate, onto the plate, onto the plate, and this little guy's going to fit right there as well. Now, you can tell when the sausage is still kind of raw, see how soft that is in the middle there? You can almost bend it right in half. That's still pretty raw. So, for this situation, that's fine. But if you're just doing sausage sandwiches, keep them on a little longer. If anything, bake them. You know, you don't want to kill them with heat that fast. So that's the whole point. But now, we're going to start the rest of the sauce. The onions, the garlic, the wine, the paste, the tomatoes, the sauce itself. Let's get going. So, now that you've got your sausage out of the pan, you want to add just a touch more olive oil, so that you grease it up nice and good. Make sure that it's still hot, still enough oil, because what you want to do now is fry your garlic. And by fry, I do mean just that. Take your garlic out of the jar, or if you've minced it with a knife, spoon, however much garlic you would like. It is best to measure with the heart. It's about 3 cloves right there, I think. And you hear that start to sizzle. Come closer, you are too far to watch the magic. Take this. Get yourself a nice wooden spoon. Let that garlic fry up a bit till it gets nice and fragrant. You can already smell that. I love the smell of frying garlic. Throw in your onions. Now, this one you're going to let cook for just a bit longer because you got to let them get a little bit sweaty, if you will. Start to move the onions around, and you can see the onions already picking up on those dark bits at the bottom of the pan. Starting to sweat out some of their moisture. That's the point. And so you've got the onions in there. Let them get cooking. Now we need the paste. Like I said, this all happens pretty quick here. So you take your paste, take a big old spoonful of it, boom, right into the pan with the onions and garlic. So, you got your tomato incorporated in there. Now, this is where the term deglaze comes in. I'm going to quick reach over. Got your wine. Open it up, and that's not nearly enough. I was out of wine. So, calling an audible, I'm going to run to the pantry real quick. So in case you don't have red cooking wine, you can use white cooking wine as well. It gives it a bit more of a brightness to the flavor. It's not as dark or as heavy as a red wine, but it's still just about the same. So you pour a little bit in there. Mixing red and white wine is also not the most amazing choice. I'll probably catch a lot of flack for it. I really don't care, because it's still going to taste good. So what you do is now, since that pan's hot and the liquid wasn't, you're able to scrape up the rest of those bits that wouldn't want to come up earlier. And that's why you want to have the flat side of a spoon like this one, because you can see I've already worn it out like a bunch of times. Because now it just picks up all that good stuff at the bottom of the pan. And now that you've got that going, you're going to want to bring it up to a light simmer. And by light, I mean so it reduces a little bit. You got to wait a few minutes for that. You can see the black bits floating around. You won't even notice them once the sauce starts to simmer like that. Or when the sauce itself starts to simmer. Right now it's just onions, wine, and garlic. Now, you see how when I run my spoon down the pan, there's a clear line right here. You know, even it up again. Boom. Now it's time to add the tomatoes. That started to reduce very nicely. So we take our big can first and load it up. Yeah, that got all over my face. That's great. Yummy. Then you add your crushed tomatoes right in there. And then what we do is you take your can of crushed tomatoes, which is now empty, go over to your sink, and you fill it up about 1/2 to 3/4 of a way with water. And we put it right into the sauce. Gets a little more extra tomato, gives it a little more liquid. And what you want to do is stir. Get everything incorporated from the bottom of the pan up, because now we gotta let it simmer. But before we do that, we have to add the ingredient that I'm sure everybody was curious about and said, Dom, you're gonna ruin a perfectly good Italian dish. No, I'm not. Here's your carrot. You peel it and you cut it into thirds, and you just drop it into the sauce like that. Because at the end of cooking, you're gonna pull them out. What it does is it pulls some of the acidity out of the tomatoes. A lot of people use sugar. Sugar doesn't pull the acidity out, it just hides it. Your sauce will still be acidic. You just won't be able to taste it as much because you got sugar in there. Now, with that, we want to simmer this with the top off. If you leave the top on, it'll take a lot longer for it to do its thing. But with the top off, all of that steam will evaporate faster and get out of the way faster. And of course, always, always, always season with salt and pepper. The tomato sauce is great and all, but if it's bland, you're losing. Take that, get a little bit in there with the pepper. And I left the basil on the other counter. I can't believe myself. What are we doing? Now, like I said, you should use fresh basil if you can. If not, just sprinkle a little bit of the dried stuff and the minced stuff in there. No harm, no foul. So, we can crank the heat just a little bit to try and get it to that simmer. Because, I don't know about you, but I'm impatient. Here we go. We're starting to see the bubbles pick up a little bit here. A little bit there. You're starting to see it shimmer a little. This carrot's starting to dance a bit. It means we're getting to that point where it should start simmering soon, because you want just a straight up simmer in the sauce. It's starting to be real good. It's starting to really get up to temp. And I guess we can use my fancy schmancy meat thermometer, or my food thermometer really, and check the temperature of the sauce itself. It should be, yeah, hot. You start to really see it make movement. You can add your sausages in now because they're literally just going to sit in the sauce and cook. They're really not going to lower the temperature too much because they're already... Make sure you have a good handle on your sausage before you throw it against the side of the pan. I recommend putting them in the pan. That's usually just that's how I do it. Should work out well for you too. Now, while you're letting your sauce simmer, you got to make sure to scrape the bottom of the pan this way with your wooden spoon so the sauce doesn't stick or burn. And that's really kind of hard with these sausages all full like that. You don't have to bust them up, but I like to. That way you have sausage chunks more than you have anything else. They're easily biteable, easily pickable with your fork, and you're able to stir the sauce a little bit easier. Now you might also see that there's sauce getting up and around the side of the pan. And some of this stuff gets kind of sticky up there because it's still on the heat. So what you want to do is scrape down the sides of your pan and make sure to get that more cooked on stuff because that also has lots of flavor in it. We let this go for a little while, and of course with your red sauce, gotta have your pasta. So you go to your sink, fill it with water. It's a good start. Put it down right next to here. And the biggest thing is always, always, always salt your pasta water. It makes it taste so much better. Lots of salt in there, so it's nice and salty. Turn it on high, and you let it boil. And a watch pot never boils. So, as long as you're stirring every 20 or so minutes on your sauce, there's time for plenty of other things. You can sit and ponder existence. My back hurts too. So, the way I finish my sauce is, of course, you have to remove the carrots. Also, always taste while you cook. That tastes fantastic. Take your carrots, dump them in the trash. You don't need them anymore because your sauce is about done cooking. Now, the last and, in my opinion, most important step is to turn the heat off completely. And what you do is, while it's doing its little bubbly simmer thing there, and I steam my armpits over the pasta water, I guess, you take some butter, and you do 2 tablespoons right into the sauce. Helps get it, I don't know, luxurious. Does something special to it. It's hard to put a word to it. Just makes it velvety. You know, makes it almost the most perfect sauce. So once you've got the butter in your sauce and the heat completely off on it, you can stop caring about the sauce. Just make sure you scrape down the sides of your pan so you get all that good stuff in there. And you can kind of let this one sit now because all you're waiting for is for the pasta to be done. Our chili's been done, our sauce is ready, and there's just a few minutes left on the pasta. Let's get ready to eat. Howdy, folks. It's that time of day again. It's that time in the show again where we taste test. And joining me this time is my good buddy, good pal, good co-host on the radio show, Dom's Dinner Bell Review, Alex Dookie. He's behind the camera all day. How was your first time on the bell?
Pretty good. I'm enjoying it. It's a lot of fun.
Good. I'm glad.
It's great to hang out with you.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a lot of fun stuff. Venison chili. It's been a while since I've made this, too. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
And the kick sneaks up on you.
Hasn't kicked in yet.
Well, the chili's a success. A wonderful comfort food, something that you can start in the morning and then you come home on a cold winter's day or cold spring day like here in Oswego. Just get yourself a nice bowl. Don't have to wait. You just, boom, there you go.
Easy food.
Easy food. So now, for the red sauce. I tell everybody that I make a great red sauce. Stookie, you're one of my first friends to actually try it.
Can't wait.
With Italian sausage. This is a good one. That's a good one.
Oh, it's very good.
You dig that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. The butter just kind of really ramps up the idea there. Say a success today, Stookie?
I'd say it's a success. Easy comfort food. Messed up there, but it's great food and great time having it.
That's fantastic. And that's all we ask for here at the Dinner Bell. So thank you for tuning in once again to Dom's Dinner Bell. I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to be cooking what I love. I'm happy to be doing what I love. Come back next week, folks. Who knows what we're going to eat?
Hello everyone, good evening and welcome to The Bigger Picture. I'm Kiara Montero.
And I'm Matthews Frank. Here at The Bigger Picture, we're all about recognizing organizations here on campus that you may have not known about.
So Matthews, how's it going? How are you feeling? Can you believe we have 3 weeks left in the semester?
I can't believe it, but then at the same time I can't believe it because, you know, the workload is becoming more heavy, the stress is getting bigger. Yeah. It's like finals is creeping up upon us, and I'm not ready. How about you?
Yeah, I feel like we just got through midterms.
Yeah.
We literally just got through midterms, but I feel like now that we're at that crunch time, 3 weeks left, now I'm just okay, let me pick up the pace, let me get through the semester. We're right there. Summer vacation's right there.
What do you do to stay focused whenever you got an exam or something? Because I had a meteorology exam yesterday, and I had the biggest test anxiety ever. So I walked into that class and I forgot everything I studied. Everything.
Yeah. So my number one rule, I try not to cram, because I feel like when you cram, you really do not
remember?
Yeah, you don't take in all the information that you need to. And I don't know, I'm big on meditation, guys. So sometimes if I need to meditate before an exam to, calm my nerves, then sometimes I do that. And really just creating lists to check off what I have to study, what I already studied, what I don't know, my strengths and weaknesses for this exam. I feel like that goes a long way.
You guys heard it here first. Make a list and list out your strengths and weaknesses.
And meditate.
And meditate. Before we get into today's episode, let's update you guys on a couple of events on campus that you may have not been aware of.
So, this week is the Asian Student Association Week, so make sure to support them by going to the rest of the programs they have planned for the rest of the week.
Join the Latino Student Union and the CUNY chapter of Mu Sigma Upsilon Sorority Incorporated as they host a softball charity event happening Saturday, April 23rd at the softball field behind Lee Hall.
Which so happens to be our events.
Yes, sir.
So the month of April is also Sexual Assault Awareness Month, so be sure to support 2.5 as they host programs on behalf of Sexual Assault Awareness Month.
And of course, the Caribbean Student Association will be having their Backyard Jam on April 30th in the Deborah Stanley Arena from 10 p.m. as they host, from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. as they will be hosting a Caribbean artist as well as scenes exploring the Caribbean culture. I'm not going to lie to you, I'm super excited for Backyard Jam. It's kind of like a concert involving a Caribbean artist. It's like Ozfest, but Caribbean version, which is going to be a great time because I heard there's also going to be Caribbean food too.
Yes. Also, we actually never experienced our Backyard Jam. This is going to be our first year because when we were supposed to experience it our freshman year, that's when COVID was like, nope, you guys got to go